Is your child studying for hours and hours and not receiving the grades that they need or they deserve? Well, they might not be studying the right way or they might not have the right technique. Now, in this video, Prakash Michael, the founder of Joti Learning, is going to explain to you how to actively study.
This pyramid is called learning pyramid, and it gives different learning methods, like listening to a lecture retains 5% of what you learned, reading 10%, or watching a video, audio 20%. Whereas if you are teaching somebody else, teaching others, it's going to be the best with the 90% retention. And this, if you are learning by doing, 75% group discussion can get you 50% of retention. These are called active learning methods. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the concept of cognitive load and active and passive learning. As you can see in the diagram, you have different study methods like listening to a lecture, reading, audio visual, watching a video, YouTube video or whatever kind of video, watching a demonstration. These are classified as passive learning methods. And you have other methods like group discussion, learning by practicing, teaching others. These have very high percentage of retention, and these are called active learning methods because they have very high cognitive load, and brain retains that kind of learning more. Last evening, I was talking to one of my students. I asked him, Siddharth, how do you study? And he said, I go through my notes and I highlight all the important points. I told him, there is a problem. You may be wasting 90% of your time through passive learning. I introduced him to the concept of active and passive learning and cognitive load in learning. What is cognitive load? When we learn something, our brain works really well and it feels like, it's working. When the brain cools down and it's not doing work, you feel drowsy, boring, and even sleepy, and you start daydreaming and wandering, and all the stuff happens. That is called passive learning. And passive learning is a mere waste of time, whereas active learning makes your brain active and you get excited in learning, and you can get into this so-called flow state and you lose count of time. So Siddharth asked me, how do I do this? I told him there are different ways of learning. Like, if you listen to a lecture, it's only 5% effective. If you read and watch YouTube videos or any video for that matter, it may be 20% active. If you do group discussions, they say it is 50% active. And if you learn by doing, that is something like 75% active. But if you try to teach somebody, that is best 90% active. The best effective way of learning is teaching someone. So if you find that your child is struggling with learning, have a look into how they learn. Are they spending time in passive learning? I'm sure most of the time it will be the fact. Try to give them this idea of active learning. If they can teach somebody, that's the best. And I told Siddharth, yes, Siddharth, why not live stream your teaching? He has got a whiteboard there behind him. Told him, just put a mobile camera and live stream it into YouTube. You can put it private. Nobody's going to see it. But when you try to teach somebody, your brain get that cognitive load and it learns. It's an active form of learning. You need to prepare how you are going to teach. That is going to reflect in your results. I was talking this morning with one of my old student, Aishwarya, who is doing final year medicine. And she said, yeah, I always do that. I have a big board here and I always teach when I have an exam. Oh, I asked her, whom do you teach? Oh, I just teach a Teddy. And she told me she dress up and she get prepared like a teacher, proper teacher, so that her brain gets ready and teach as if She is teaching a real person. Oh, wow. That's great. So this is an easily done, easy to do thing. It may be a good idea to have some healthy habits and a very helpful environment, like getting up in the morning and having a shower makes your brain fresh and clear, and sitting on the study table, and the environment makes you ready for learning. That will help your child get into that right mindset. That is absolutely important to have a perfect mindset, and that will help them into that gear of active learning. If you are wondering how you can help your child more, we have links provided in the description. You can join our school community where you have plenty of resources available and lessons, courses available, how to help your child. Join for free.